All right, factoring is not hard, but it is dense. So this set of notes is going to be done in 3 parts. One for the first type, one for the second type, one for the third type. The first type I actually think is the easiest. It's factoring out a greatest common factor, or I usually just call that a GCF. When you're factoring out a GCF, you're just asking yourself, what is everything here divisible by? And then you're just doing that division problem. So finding number GCFs, right? So saying everything is divisible by 5 or everything's divisible by 8. That's just a matter of knowing your math facts. If you don't know your math facts, that's just a matter of sitting there with a calculator and figuring it out. Finding a variable GCF, so finding a letter GCF, is a matter of finding the smallest exponents. So my examples down here say factor out a GCF from each. So I'm going to write it off to the side here in purple. So my GCF. So first I'm going to go through the numbers. My numbers are 3, 9, and 12. Well, I'm just thinking to myself, what are all of those divisible by? Well, they're all divisible by 3. And then I'm going to look at my x's. X squared means I have 2 x's here, 9 x's here, x to the 9th, 9 x's here, 5 x's here. The smallest exponent, or the smallest number of x's I have, is 2. So 3x squared is going to be my GCF. So once you have your GCF, all we're going to do is we're going to divide everything by the GCF. I'm going to divide by 3x squared. I'm going to divide by 3x squared. And I'm going to divide by 3x squared. So from here on out, it's division. 3 divided by 3 gives me 1. X squared, take out 2 x's. There are no x's left. So next, I've got a positive 9 divided by 3 is going to be a positive 3. I have x to the 9th, or 9 x's. Take out 2 of those x's, and I am left with x to the 7th. I've got a positive 12 divided by 3. That's going to give me a positive 4. And I have 5 x's. Take out 2 of them, and I am left with x to the 3rd. That's awesome. That was the hard part. So here's my remainder after I divide. And the way that I say my GCF was 3x squared is I put it in parentheses and I stick 3x squared out front. That's it. That's my answer. So let's try the second one. And I'm going to change colors here for the next one. 15x to the 3rd plus 35x plus 10. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to think to myself, what is the GCF? Well, I'm going to do numbers first. 15, 35, and 10, those are all divisible by 5. Then this guy has 3 x's, this guy just has a single x, and this guy has no x's. So the GCF here is no x's. There are the smallest number of x's anything has is none. So my GCF is just 5 this time. So I'm going to divide by 5, divide by 5, divide by 5. So 15 divided by 5 gives me 3. And then nothing is happening to my x's. I have 3 x's and I take out none of them. So I'm still left with 3 x's. Positive 35 divided by 5 gives me positive 7x, because nothing happened to my x's. Positive 10 divided by 5 gives me positive 2. And then to say that I took out a GCF, I put it in parentheses and stick my GCF out front.